Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of The Heartful Canvas. Today we are here for another Tarot Tuesday where I pull a tarot card and we talk about it. I don't go super deep into like I don't know what the cards are supposed to mean in terms of like traditional tarot or astrology or any of that kind of stuff. I take it more at like face value, what I'm inspired by, how I feel like it applies to my life, how it might apply to like our lives in general collectively right now, what our society is going through. And then I really kind of just approach it like a creative journaling prompts to help you kind of have another lens to look at your life right now. So that's what's to expect. If you have not joined me before, the deck that I use is the Light Seers tarot deck. I think the cards are really pretty. Here's the one you can see right here. They're just really beautiful, so I like them a lot. Yeah, and we can go ahead and draw for today. So I'll go ahead, lay them all out. Alrighty. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. This card here. That's so beautiful. Okay, this is the Queen of Pentacles. So, if you're watching the video, I'm showing it right now. This woman is sitting on a sofa, it looks like. But she is, or like a papasan chair kind of thing. And there's a red pillow behind her. But she's like out in nature. She's out in the forest. So you see all these trees back in the background. They are evergreen trees, but then there's also a deciduous tree right like next to her. So we see the branch coming up over her head. We see all the leaves. And then she has a couple of like branches coming out from her head wrap. She has her eyes closed. She looks like very happy, content, sitting there. She's got her legs crossed and she has her arms just resting on her legs there. She has some jewelry on, a necklace and an earring, some bracelets it looks like. She has some, I don't know if they're actually tattoos or if it's like henna or something like that, across her hands. And then she has this like, there's this big circle. It looks like it's like maybe dangling from her arms. It's not very clear like if she's holding it or what the situation is with this thing, but it looks like a huge gold coin kind of thing, but the center is orange and then there's this star, and there's like a pattern inside of the orange. If you're watching the video again, here it is. Yeah, so this is really interesting because last week we were talking about like this rest before spring kind of thing, where now we just had the spring equinox. It is officially spring now, and so I really love this visual where it's like green. It feels very spring to me, but calming, and I think that's something that we associate, well, sometimes with spring as opposed to like summer. Spring feels like it has this little bit more muted energy than summer to an extent. But there's also this like this rebirth, this growth, this like coming out of hibernation, this just new beauty and things that we are experiencing in spring. I'm noticing that on the trees or on the leaves, with the leaves on the tree branch over her head, there's some flowers there, some little pink flowers. So it's like blooming. But yeah, she just feels very calm and confident to me. Very grounded. Yeah, it's just like this kind of feeling of maybe serenity. It's just like very enjoying nature, maybe listening to nature, just allowing things to be and not trying to control them necessarily, but also like sitting in her own power, not in a way of like being dominating, but in a way of just like being confident in herself and like maybe kind of being like a leader. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. I'm still not sure what this what the coin is. That must be, I wonder that the star must be no, I don't know. Anyway, well, we will go to the book for Queen of Pentacles, which is almost the back of the book right here. Okay, so, ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so we have a healer, a working parent, a self-made person, material wealth and abundance, strength in family and community, a kind and nurturing heart, groundedness, being down to earth, and generosity. This self-made queen reminds you to step into abundance by shifting any shadows you are holding onto around wealth and security. You are safe. Pay attention to your finances to level up your money game and give yourself permission to rise into the upper ranks. This is a positive message of creature excuse me. This is a positive message of creature comforts and happiness, and this earthly medicine ushers in a life well lived in the material world. Connect with nature to find your calm, healing, and rooted power, and harness the abundance that's available to you by bringing groundedness to your situation. Shower others with warm blessings from a charitable heart, as loyalty, family, and community are themes at this time. Your nurturing and down-to-earth approach will give stability and support to those in your life. Don't overextend your energy and avoid enabling others by over-mothering them. They must learn to walk on their own. Bring your self-worth and guidance and your glorious, powerful love. And then the affirmation is, I enjoy my deeply connected life and I lead it with an outpouring of warmth, abundance, and love. It's really beautiful. I really like that. And I think it's, I don't know, the way that it connected for what I kind of was interpreting it as, kind of like the bridges there. But just this of like, yeah, that groundedness, that kind of just like the abundance in nature. Like if you think about, especially if there's like places that are around you that are not disturbed by humans. Alrighty, so I apologize for this jump here. My little one woke up from his nap while I was recording, and now we are more than a week later, and I'm trying to pick up where I left off. But anyway, we were talking about nature. So if you have places where you can go out in nature where it hasn't been like impacted by humans, so it's still very natural, just like the calming, healing, like the kind of feeling of presence there, the feeling of like feeling grounded, like just how powerful that is, and then like recognizing the abundance there, the abundance of the foliage, the abundance of the critters, and maybe you can even see like the abundance of other animals that are beyond like little critters, maybe things like rabbits or deer, depending on where you live, it might be other animals too, and just recognizing that like this doesn't even require like humans to maintain it, and it's abundant, and trusting that like that abundance is like available to all of us in different ways and however it's meant to kind of fit for our lives. So there is abundance there, and sometimes we kind of just have to learn to pay attention to it, realize the abundance of love, the abundance of gratitude, the abundance of support, the abundance of even financially. Sometimes it can be more challenging with some topics than others, but and I think that's because it's easy to compare to other people. It's easy to be like, well, I don't have as much as this person has, or I don't have as much as I want, and so it doesn't feel abundant. But to recognize the abundance that is there is so powerful. And then, yeah, just this, like, being present, being grounded in ourselves, and not, like, overdoing it, not trying to maybe push it too far for other people, not trying to be like self-sacrifice for the sake of other people. That's not to say that it's a bad thing to help other people, but this of like not overextending your energy and avoid enabling others. Like it's just taking energy from us and it's not actually helping the other person. And so sometimes we have to allow people to do things for themselves, whether that's our children or other people in our lives. A lot of times we as women, we love to give. We find a lot of value in helping other people, but we also have to learn how to receive, and we have to learn how to recognize when maybe giving or providing isn't the best thing that we can do in a situation. So yeah, and then bring your self-worth and guidance and your glorious, powerful love. So like it just speaks to me so much of like being like grounded in like who you are and your value, your worth. So actually I just finished recording this week's 2-minute motivation, which is all about you are enough. That's something that I've been reminding myself of the last week or two, is just this of like, regardless of whatever else is happening, you are enough. And so to feel rooted and grounded in that, and like how powerful that is and how like stabilizing that is when we're going through other things. So yeah, I hope this ended up being cohesive enough. I apologize again for the jump. I appreciate you sticking through with me again. And if there's something that resonates with you, I mean, that's the goal. But if there's something that you want to think about even farther, you can journal about this. You can just sit and reflect on it. You could, do voice to text in your notes app, whatever resonates with you. And I'll see you again next week for our next Tarot Tuesday.